All right, so I'm putting a motor together for my 67. So I've got this motor laying around. It's been sitting behind the shop for about 5 months under some tarps, but I did get it running. It was something that we pulled out of the bushes, right? And I had a number one piston was frozen. So I yanked that one off and I grabbed one off another motor, which happened to be an 83 millimeter out of a 1300, and everything else here was 85 5s. So like I said, we put it together, we got it running, we found the bottom end works good. Now I've got a good used set of pistons and some new push rod tubes, and I'm going to go ahead and put this thing back together so we could start cleaning it up and use it for the budget 67. The end play was nice and tight, so I ordered a 12-volt flywheel. I got a new clutch coming, and I've got everything else I needed to get it actually put back together. So that's what we're going to be doing on this one. Stay tuned. So we got that piston changed out of there. And everything's kind of cleaned up with that. Now I'm going through, I just got some brand new push rod tubes to take care of that leaking push rod tube mess that I had going on. As you can see, I've got plenty of gaskets going on, so I just got to figure out which which push rod tube seals I want to use. I know these bright white ones are CRP and the darker ones are L-ring, so just going to figure out which ones I want to use, get everything put on, and we'll get ready to start assembling this motor back. I decided to go with the L-ring style ones. They're a little tougher to put on and not as pliable, but put a little bit of oil on them, they're fine. So I'm going to go ahead and I already got this side put together, and I'm going to go ahead and just slide all this together real quick. All right, everything's been wiped down. I'm going to get ready to put this side together. You know, I'm not expecting a lot of mileage out of this motor. This is just something so I don't have to push the car up and down the driveway. So, trying to stay on budget here. You can see I had a beat up old 6-volt flywheel just to fire it up a few months back, but I have a brand new flywheel and brand new clutch that's going to go on this motor. All right, I just slid the heads into place, but before I torque anything down, I'm going to go ahead and spin these so I get all the seams are going to face up. At least that's my intention. So I kind of just slipped the push rod through the hole, through the push rod, and just kind of let it hang there while I get everything slowly pushed into place and get all the nuts and washers on it. All right, what you're looking at here is how much water actually came out of the cylinder head. I'm glad I got to the motor when I did, because even though that was under a tarp, it still got some water inside the chambers. So I was able to get all that cleaned out, dried off. And now we got the heads bolted down. We're just going to get out the torque wrench and torque them in sequence. All right, the next step will be torquing the heads. So I went and followed a diagram that I found on the web. First, I torqued everything to 7 pounds, and now I'm torquing everything to 23 pounds. And it's a simple procedure, but it's something that has to be done. All right, so I'm gonna go complete this side. I'm gonna move over to the next side, and then we will get the rocker arms bolted into place. All right, we got some glare coming through the window, but anyways, valve covers are the rocker arms are on, valves are adjusted, valve covers are on. Now it's gonna be time to start bolting on some of the sheet metal as accessory. I found these single port intake manifolds have been powder coated red. Found these cheap at the swap meet, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw those on there. And also found a powder coated intake manifold, which I'm gonna use and probably steal the generator and fan off of this motor here for this one. All right, let's do some assembly. All right, got the top end all put together, bolted down, valves adjusted, ready to roll. The only thing I didn't have was a shroud. I have a chrome doghouse, which I'm gonna use for that motor. And I also had a really beat up old 36, which did not fit at all on this one. So I've got another one on order, and like anything else, we are waiting for parts. We'll be back soon. All right, so we finally got some of the parts we need. We're gonna get the rest of this motor put together on another date, but we're gonna go ahead and close this one out here. And my next video, we're gonna just
be doing setting the end play on the flywheel, putting the clutch on and putting the motor in, and then bolting up the rest of the accessories. So that's it on this one. We'll talk to you again. Thanks.